Imagine facing a warrior who has trained since childhood, who is not afraid to die, and who believes surrender is worse than death. This was the reality of fighting a samurai. For centuries, these warriors ruled Japan, feared not just for their skill, but for their mindset. So the question is, why were samurai so feared, and what made them almost impossible to defeat? Samurai weren't just soldiers. They were trained from childhood. Boys born into samurai families were raised for one purpose: to become warriors. They trained in swordsmanship, archery, horseback combat, strategy, discipline. But what made them truly different wasn't just skill. It was their way of thinking. The samurai followed a strict code known as Bushido, the way of the warrior. This code demanded absolute loyalty, honor above everything, fearlessness in the face of death. To a samurai, dying in battle was honorable. Running away, that was shameful. This meant one terrifying thing for their enemies. Samurai would fight to the very end. The samurai's weapon wasn't just a sword. It was the katana, forged with incredible precision, sharp enough to cut through armor and bone. But the weapon alone wasn't what made it deadly. It was the mastery behind it. Samurai trained for years to strike in a single motion, end fights instantly, read their opponent's movements. In the hands of a master, a katana could decide a battle in seconds. For centuries, it was locked in constant war, especially during the Sengoku period. This meant samurai weren't just trained. They were battle-tested. They fought in massive armies, in brutal duels, in life-or-death situations regularly. Experience made them even more dangerous. Samurai didn't just fight physically. They fought psychologically. Their armor was designed to intimidate. Fierce masks, dark, imposing designs. Their reputation spread fear. Ruthless in battle, unwilling to surrender, loyal to death. Many enemies were defeated before the fight even began. One of the most terrifying things about samurai was their relationship with death. If they failed or lost honor, they would perform seppuku, a ritual suicide. To them, death was not the enemy. Dishonor was. Now imagine fighting someone who, backhand index pointing right, does not fear death at all. That changes everything. It makes them more aggressive, more fearless, more unpredictable. So why were samurai so difficult to defeat? Because they combined everything: elite training, strong mindset, deadly weapons, real combat experience, psychological intimidation. Backhand index pointing right, they weren't just warriors. They were a complete system of war. The samurai weren't feared just because they were strong. They were feared because they were different. A warrior who does not fear death is one of the most dangerous enemies imaginable. And for centuries, Japan was ruled by men like this.